Being told you have cancer is devastating news to receive. But since the 1970s, research into diagnosis and treatment has made vast progress. Newly developed therapies now offer many a long life after cancer. But surviving the disease does not mean living without its consequences. Over the last 25 years, Helen has fought 6 different cancers. At times, she's become depressed, and it's made it tough for her to hold down a job.
I couldn't pay my credit cards because I was out of work, phone up the call centres, and they immediately just say, well, we'll default you then. You then go back and say, excuse me, but I've got cancer, it's not my fault, please don't blacken my credit record. But they don't listen, and they just say, as far as they're concerned, you're just making excuses for not paying your bills.
Back in 1971, only 1 in 4 people with cancer survived for 10 years. The most recent figures show that now 1 in 2 will survive that long, and often for many decades more. But a quarter of those patients, an estimated 625,000 people in the UK, live in poor health or with a disability as a result of having had the disease.
The NHS offers fantastic clinical care, but it needs to remember that people have lives to live and that they really must be enabled to live those lives best. So the services that the NHS, social care, local authorities provide must be around supporting people to get back to their quality of life.
The government has pledged that by 2020, every cancer patient will get a recovery package tailored to their individual needs. But experts warn the strain on the health service will restrict what's possible.
The resources available to the NHS over the next few years are just enough to keep track of the growth in population. There's no more money on top of that, and that's assuming some absolutely heroic efficiency targets, which I think many in the NHS are very doubtful that are achievable. So quite where new money to pay for cancer comes from is not at all clear to me.
Medical advances have made surviving cancer increasingly common. But living well afterwards remains a challenge for survivors and for those who treat and support them.